What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of What the Game Means to Me. Earlier, we did our Atlanta Falcons fly through, but today we're switching it up for the very first episode of our Atlanta Hawks fly through for the day. And I got two very special guests with me, Fresh and John. How you guys doing? From the Hoopers podcast, my fault. But how you guys doing today, man?
Good, man. How you feeling?
What's going on, man?
Good. Appreciate y'all for hopping on with me, like I said, for this first episode of Atlanta Hawks fly through. So it's gonna be pretty much all Atlanta Hawks. We both or all three of us are fans of the team of the squad. But I first wanted to I got two questions for you guys, but always whenever I bring somebody new on, I always ask what the game means to them. So what does the game of basketball mean to you guys?
Start that.
I would say I think I can speak for both of us, and it definitely means a lot. We got introduced to the game super young.
Mm-hmm.
Both played. We played throughout like high school. I played college and some semi-pro. So and then we got this sports podcast now. So it's been relationships we built with people older than us and all the way down to younger. So it definitely means like a lot for sure.
Yeah, I second that. It's basketball, man. Just loved it from the first time I can even remember touching one or watching it. Watching the game for real.
Yeah, I can feel that. Of course, I don't know if people know, but all three of us are from Atlanta or the Atlanta area, east side of Atlanta. I grew up Stone Mountain area. I think you guys know those parts as well. Where'd you guys play at?
As far as school, I played at Grady, Cram, and Mays.
Okay, you Atlanta for real?
Yeah, Grady.
Right. I played at Grady, Mays, Columbia, and at Southside. I graduated from Southside High School. Now Maynard Jackson.
Yeah. I feel that. So, what positions did you guys?
East side, Atlanta. So.
Yeah. Sure. Well, I guess what positions did you guys play in? Like, what do you feel like was your role on the team?
All right. Well, I played guard, combo guard. I mainly was like a scorer. I made all city and all state honorable mention.
All right,
Just playing so combo guard though, scoring guard.
Yeah.
Back in the day when being a combo guard wasn't cool.
Exactly.
You need to play point guard and you need to play shooting guard.
Exactly. Not everybody nowadays they trying to
help. I guess I was a wing combo, look for my thing on team, shooting and defense, shooting lights out,
almost like a 3D type player.
Yeah, I was 3D. Definitely 3D type player.
Yeah. I feel that. All right. Well, our second question was, of course, like I said, Atlanta Hawks fly through, all Atlanta Hawks fans. So, besides, I guess, being from the Atlanta area and growing up here, what kind of drew you guys to the Hawks and becoming fans?
I know originally this was about 99 when we had J.R. Ryder. I don't think people remember that because he didn't really. Yeah, he was more of a role player. This was right before I think to the Lakers for that three-peat. But I always liked J.R. Ryder when he was in Minnesota. So J.R. Ryder definitely helped me become an Atlanta Hawks fan.
I think me too. It was during the Jason Terry days, and I remember he had a celebrity. He used to have a celebrity game every summer. We went to the first one, I believe it was, and I've been rocking with him since then. Terry was my guy.
Yeah. That's pretty much kind of where I got hooked on too. I remember I had a friend named Kevin Johnson. We used to always go to like the games. I just remember one time it was just a player at the moment, and I don't even know why we even were able to walk. Like we started walking down, and how security guard and stuff after the game. It was like having his little interview. Having his little interview and stuff. He was about to walk in the locker room, and then Kevin just like swam somebody and just swam like the security guard and just took off running towards him. I'm like. I don't know. I should have did the same thing. I just stood there. I'm like, damn, you can't do that, bro. Like, what happens if you just get snatched up? They take, we only kids though. We like 5, 6 years old. But he got an autograph. I forgot. I think he had either a jersey or a headband or something in his hand. He got that autograph. He just walked back, and it was all cool from there. So I was like, dang, I should have did the same thing.
They get lax on you after the game or game. I can remember one of the last games I went to. I started off at certain seats.
Mm-hmm.
The stadium had a super pack, so I just moved down.
Exactly. Yeah, that's probably what we did too. Yeah.
Right, yeah, it's me and my girl. So we think the game about to start. Somebody gonna come tell us to move.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Chill this the road the whole time.
Yeah, so you just gotta kind of scout and look. Cause I even did that this past season, and I don't know where I seen it at, but the smartest thing I done seen, like the little ticket websites or whatever, like they like go on there. Like I don't know if they said like right before the game start or while you're at the game, and you can kind of see which ones are still open. And you just move into them seats. I'm like, dang, I ain't never thought of that.
That's smart.
About that.
Yeah, that's smart. So I was like, yeah, this upcoming season, if they do allow fans, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna be on that. I'm gonna try to do that. Yeah, exactly. So, of course, first, I guess, not really question, but just, I guess, just talk overall about the Hawks. Just kind of, you guys' impressions of just like what they've done this offseason and, just everything I guess you're expecting from this upcoming season. Because obviously, we all, us as fans and then nationally too, everybody's kind of expecting them to take that next step, and they should be in the playoffs somewhere between, I've heard 1 and 6, but obviously just somewhere within the 1 and 8 seed. So what do you guys kind of just think of, as a team as a whole, and just your overall first impressions?
Honestly, this is the offseason that the Hawks should have been trying to have over the last maybe 10, 15 years. Get solid role players, get strong veteran players to go with. Like Trae Young as a young player needed to see the front office make these moves because you kind of know now, all right, they're going to make moves to keep me here. They still need to sign John Collins back, but I'm impressed so far with what they did because I think they brought in players that not only help the team, they're going to help push some of the younger players. Gallinari is going to be good for Deandre Hunter. Bogdan is going to be good for Cam Reddish. Rondo is going to be good for that whole team, just the way he plays guard and the way he thinks about it.
Yeah, I think with the team, they kind of helped them grow to go to the next stage, which I like. You played last year, young team, you don't make the bubble, but it's potential there. You got an all-star starting point guard. John Collins has been 20 and 10. And you see the potential in Hunter and Reddish. So I feel like adding the veterans that they did, it doesn't make them championship contenders, but it helps them go to that next step to be in the playoffs. And it's going to be a tough outing in the first round. I can see the Hawks being 6. I think I got them at like 7 right now. I can see them being 6. They get hot. You run off some wins in the regular season.
Exactly.
It can easily happen for them. So I definitely like the moves that they made. Just trying to bring some accountability to the team, like you say. Bring Rondo over. Gallinari's a vet. Bogdan's young, but he plays good basketball. Well, he's about 27. But he plays good basketball or whatever. You bring Chris Dunn. So I like what the Hawks did for sure.
I think bringing in Clark in the middle of the season was the start of that too. Let's go start now. Even when they were thinking about getting Andre Drummond as well, it's like let's do this now and kind of get it out the way. So like say Trae know that this is what we're gonna do for him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like you said that very first thing that you said is what I'm glad that they did because we see every so often like stars or potential stars in certain markets. Their front office don't do anything for them to pretty much just build any type of culture or winning foundation. And we already heard rumblings of him, even though he's young. Second year, obviously. Like he has rumblings like I want to win. And even though I was kind of taken aback by it, I'm like, all right, man. Like I understand. Like it's just it's a process. Like you can't you're not just gonna hop in the league. Where we were standing at when we drafted you. Like we wasn't like we were 3 traded and got you at 5 or whatever. So it's like you can't just expect to just like you coming in the league and just like automatically just putting up wins and stuff. But at the same time, I kind of understand his frustration. But with him, I just feel like he just wants to be in the limelight, but he has like he sees all these other younger guys, of course, that's kind of like in the same age bracket that he's going to compare to. That's actually winning and stuff. So he just kind of wants that same type of recognition and attention. So I understand. And like I said, I like the response from the front office and what they did for him. So kind of like you guys kind of already segued into it a little bit. But if you can pinpoint what would be your favorite offseason move or addition that we made for this year?
I personally like Rondo just for the leadership. kind of to bring someone to help Trey learn how to run the team a little more. He's already a dynamic player, and he's already a great passer. So, and Rondo that also. So it'd be cool to see Rondo mentor him a little bit and just give him some game here or there on certain things, because Trey is a future star. And like I said, to your point, he did start having no rumblings about trying to win because he want to be looked at in a certain light. And being an all-star star in your second year, you're around all these winners, it makes you kind of feel that way. So I like them bringing in Rondo to show for veteran leadership, so especially coming off the championship.
No, definitely. I say definitely the Rondo when, like, say, coming off the championship, that just that IQ he already has, like he's gonna make every Trey, the Cam Reddish, John Collins, he's gonna make all their life easier. And somebody who can, he doesn't need to talk to the coach much, with the offense, but you got somebody when he's on the court, he's the perfect communicator. Like, even when Trey is out there, him and Trey is gonna be able to bounce things off each other on the court and see, Trey gonna see what Rondo see eventually.
Exactly,
a non-roster move, honestly, those jerseys, like
for sure.
I've been wanting the Hawks to embrace like anything old school, whether it was the Dominique Pac-Man jerseys, the Hawk logo with Mutombo, just anything. We've had good teams. Like, I mean, we haven't had championship teams, but we've had good teams, and sometimes going back to those style of jerseys can help make your fans remember those good old days. Honestly,
definitely. Like you said, that was a move that was needed. That lime green checkerboard holographic type stuff. I was like, what are we doing? Like, even when we first got it, I was like, what are we doing? Like, I guess
never looked at those jerseys.
Yeah, like in that, I guess, time frame that year, I remember, I guess, like, bright electric type colors and stuff like that was in, but I'm like, don't put that in no jersey. Come on, like it. And then on the court too, like, it used to look terrible. I hated it. But like I said, this move and like a mix of like classic and new school as well, with the big font and everything, and the stacked letter in the back. I like them a lot. So like you said, that's probably number one outside of all the offseason moves. But I was actually surprised. Like, I kept hearing rumors that we was gonna go after Rondo, but for some reason I just never thought he would come here.
No,
so I don't know if y'all felt the same way, but I was like, when we was able to snag him, I was like, yeah, that's probably number one for me as well. But I really like the what you call it, that we were able to snag Bogdan, on a 4-year deal. I think it would be decent, like in 2-3 years, or not 2-3 years, but I think in 2 years it's gonna look like a really good contract. Because I guess there's some guys that look at it like, maybe a little bit above market value, but what we needed is what he does perfectly. He can create his own shot. He, 3D type player, and he's gonna bring that that leadership as well. He's an older young guy, I guess, in the league, but he still has that experience. Being able to run a team in a sense, not really run a team, but be a main focal scoring point of a team.
I like him in a no point guard offense with his him and Kevin Horter in the backcourt, so you kind of got more ball movement, but the court is still spread because you got shooters out there. I think that's what they're gonna thrive in, that when they really just going all offense and maybe a little defense.
Right. So what was about that? Oh yeah, well, it's not really bad or whatever, but obviously with the moves that we made, a lot of it was got a 2, 3, 4 with Gallinari or whatever. But who do you I guess, not that it hurts anybody, because obviously I think in a sense these moves are gonna help everyone, but out of there, Reddish, Hunter, Gallinari, Bonan, all of those, who do you think may have to prove themselves a little bit more to earn more minutes under Coach Lloyd?
I definitely think Cam Reddish, because last year he was able to play so much through his struggles, and he struggled early in the year. And I think a lot of people expected a lot out of Cam, even though he was a lower pick. You remember, a lot of rookies as a rookie of the year or whatever. So I think this year give him a chance to prove himself, and I think it also give him a chance to also kind of expand his role too, because I think Bogdan's going to start. But Cam, playing with that second unit, I think he'll get to handle the ball a little more, which he's always pointed to. He did at some point in high school. So I think Cam will get a chance to prove himself. I think he'll step up to it also because he could be one of the better defenders on the team, which the Hawks are going to need. Yeah. So Cam is definitely going to show it, step up. And I would say Kevin Huerter also, just to prove he could be that shooting threat that we need on the floor. You got to shoot high, shooting 40% at least.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Which he could do. Definitely do. Definitely.
What that is, who needs to kind of show that improvement this year because we want to know if Kevin Huerter can be that consistent deep ball shooter, like you say, mid-40s, 43, 44%. If he's knocking down, if he's shooting at that clip, the Hawks are probably going to finish in fourth. That and John Collins.
That's a good one.
Like you say, John Collins has been 20-10. He's ready to get paid. But we all still remember he got suspended for 25 games last year. Yeah, so it's like, we going to give you this money and you going to play for us and you going to come and keep working, or you going to get this money. Remember, you live in Atlanta and kind of start wilding out a little bit. Like, that's a thing that can happen. So it's like, I want to see if John Collins can prove himself even to the top 5 as a power forward.
Yeah. With me, same.
Or be all-star.
With the what you call it? My fault. Yeah, definitely. And I'm still on the bandwagon. I'm sure you guys are too. That if he was even available for 10 of those games, he was suspended, that we probably would have been in the bubble, maybe even AC. I think he could have made the difference up with 25 games. Yeah, no doubt.
But, definitely.
No, my number one guy for sure.
What was that?
I'm up on.
Oh no, I was just saying the 25.
I was about to start talking. I said, y'all go.
No, I was just saying those 25. They really hurt. Yeah, so we needed him out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, we've kind of seen when he did come back from those 25 games, like pretty much what he was able to do still. Like I said, and I no doubt believe we would have been AC last year. So like I said, all these moves that we made this year coming into this year, like I said, I think compared to the earlier 6 is probably where I think we're aiming at, maybe even higher depending on how the year goes. Because still got to take in consideration COVID. Some people may miss and all this and that. Even though the NBA has been ridiculously good about keeping everybody safe and all that, and the players as well. Don't want to take credit away from them. But I guess to kind of piggyback off of what you guys are saying as well with Cam, that I don't know. I'm just so high on Cam. I want him to succeed so much, so well, and it's hard for me to even say that because I hate the blue. I hate Duke. I hate the Blue Devils, and he's a Dookie. I'm a Carolina guy, but yeah, I just see so much potential in him. Like last year, he defensively he was extremely good, but offensively he struggled really, really early until of course after All-Star break. That's when he started really putting some games together. When he started putting them in some 20-point, back-to-back games or whatever. So I think he has the potential to, and hopefully, like I said, these moves kind of boost that competitive spirit in him to want to earn those minutes. And I also like him handling the ball a little bit in that second group, that second unit. I'm excited to see what he can do. Hopefully he can expand his playmaking abilities and everything. And I guess you guys also just talked about it. I just remembered, yesterday was the extension deadline for John Collins to get his extension. So do you guys agree with giving John Collins that extension? And do you think it can? I mean, he's a restricted. We didn't get it done, so he's going to be a restricted free agent this upcoming year. But do you think we get a deal done with him, or do you think they try to trade him in the middle of the season?
I think they want to get a deal done. So I'm gonna say that they will. I think it definitely depends on his performance, obviously, and then maybe kind of how it fits with Capella to see who's the better big mate to go with Trey. But I think John Collins, he's gonna prove that 25 game. It's not something that's gonna be common. You don't really hear about him getting in trouble too often, even here or whatever. And he shows up and he's gotten better every year. Like I've seen him just seem like he was just a dunker, to add mid range, to add in the corner 3. So he's getting better. So I think they're gonna get something done, and his tag is gonna be a little higher after this season, especially when we win.
I think they get something done because that's another one of the moves you want to keep Trae Young happy with.
Right.
And as much as I think he's gonna love Capella, I think he likes John Collins a little more
because that's his guy.
John Collins gets better in the post. That's gonna help Trae Young off the ball because like you can throw it down there and Trae Young can maybe sneak around some picks, get some backdoor layups, get some weak side threes.
Right.
So and with Clint Capella being at 80, if it's not fitting, I think they'll trade Clint Capella because John Collins is a little younger. Mm-hmm. So I think they get something done by trade deadline. If not, maybe he's gone in the offseason.
Yeah, and hoping or not, because I'm pretty big on John as well. Like I said, we've seen his development over the years. I know, like I said, we're not one of those teams that's always on the national scale, and people don't really get to see him play that often. So but when he's out there, he holds his own. He's one of the premier power forwards, like I said, athletic, but also has been able to stretch it out and been able to start knocking down some, like you say, corner threes, mid-range shots, all that. So I hope they're able to keep them two paired together. Like you said, if anybody has to go, which I don't even want Clint to go, but if he has to go as well, if he has to go, then I would understand. But I guess segueing a little bit, I know you guys got to catch it. One of the teams in the East that's probably going to be 1 or 2. Brooklyn just handled their business against Golden State, and a lot of the other Eastern Conference teams kick off games tomorrow. So we kind of talked about a little bit. Some of us are saying 6, maybe 7. But where do you think we stack up against the rest of the East? In terms of maybe playoff spots.
I think right now having them at the 6 seed is probably what they are going to be because, like I say, we clearly see Brooklyn is going to be a top 2 team this year. I know it's a game 1. You got Kevin Durant, Kyrie looking that healthy. How can they not be a top 2 seed? The Bucks aren't going anywhere. I think honestly 3 through 6 could all be up for grabs depending on how Philly plays under Doc Rivers and how they adjust. If Miami could prove last year wasn't a fluke, Boston is still there. But I think we have between Boston and the Hawks, I think Trae is better than Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, honestly. And with Kemba being out until January, you'll have a lot of games this year to make up for a bad start. So if the Hawks can start off good, I can see them finishing high as 4th, but 6 seed is why I'm be optimistic at, honestly, just right there.
Yeah. I can see them as high as 4th for one, like you said, with players being hurt, COVID happening, and during the regular season, offense can help you win games, and I think the Hawks are going to be really good offensively. I think they're going to finish about 6 this year, and they're going to give that 3 seed in the first round a tough matchup. I think 6 is a good spot to slot them in, just as they're still young and meshing their players and just taking that next step to playing winning basketball. I see them at 6 right now, but they're going to be a league pass team, as people like to say, league pass. You need to watch them when they're on, and they're going to be like a tough matchup. You're not coming to Atlanta and just thinking you're going to get an easy win at all.
No more of that. I guess I know you guys been on a few other people's shows. You've done a few things. With Off the Ball Network with Couch Coach, and then also with Mo. And I don't know if they had you guys give your 1 through 8, but if you could, who do you think is going to be the 1 through 8? And then even challengers maybe for that 8th seed because it's play-in and all that this year for the Eastern Conference.
I know 1 through 8. I had the Bucks first. I got the Nets second. I got Philly coming in 3rd.
Wow.
4th. Yeah, I think that's
pretty hot. Yeah,
everyone meshing. They kind of remind me of the old Philly teams from a couple years ago before they went big on their trades. 4th, I think I got Miami 4th, Boston 5. Then I go Atlanta 6, the Wizards 7, and 8 was for me Toronto. Between Toronto, Indiana, and I can see Orlando just because they made the playoffs the last few years, so they're gonna fight for that spot. As you know, we got the 10 seed play in, so Orlando and those teams. But I think the Hawks and the Wizards, they can both finish 6 or 7, or they both can finish in the 4 or 5 slots. Just seeing what they do. I like what moves both of those teams made.
For sure. Real quick before John goes, I just want to ask about the Toronto one because like I feel like I think I forgot where I had him at. Either had him somewhere I think either 5 or 7, and the Hawks are somewhere in between that. But basically, I'm pretty sure I know why. But just want your explanation on why you think they may drop off so heavily from them going with a 3rd, 4th last year to 8th this year. I'm guessing because of the bigs, obviously.
I don't like them. Mark, I don't think they added too much. I mean, you bring Fred back. You signed OG, but Kyle Lowry is a year older. Aaron Baines is our center right now. I definitely don't like that at all.
They brought in Embry from the Hawks.
Yeah, they got Denver from the Hawks. So he was a solid player here, but I just think Toronto just kind of stayed still, and I feel like everyone else got better. Milwaukee got better. Philly got better fits for their team. If they're gonna mesh, we'll wait to see that. But I mean, last time Philly had a team with shooters around their best 2 players, they finished in the top 3. I think Jason Tatum has gotten better, and Jaylen Brown. So and Boston younger. The Wizards made good moves. I thought the Wizards were gonna be better, even getting John Wall back, and then you had Wizards. So I just think everybody got better while they kind of just stayed the same. And I don't think this was a good year to stay the same, even at the bottom of the East. I don't think it's a good year to stay the same.
Okay. I figured, but my fault. You go, John.
Good. I originally had Milwaukee number 1. I'm not gonna lie. After game 1, I got Brooklyn.
It's tough.
I don't see how consistently on a night-to-night basis you gonna stop Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. Like
I'll say, I got them second just because I see KD load managing a couple games because he's just fresh. That's your chance.
No, it definitely does depend on him, how healthy they are. But I just don't see anybody just stopping them, honestly. 2 Milwaukee, 3 Philly. I think Doc is the top 3. One of them coaches. If he has a good squad, he gonna get home court advantage.
Exactly.
I think I had Boston at 4, Miami at 5. Those 2 could flip flop, honestly, though. I don't think Miami did much this offseason. I know they brought in Avery Bradley.
They brought all the same people.
Mo Harkless on that team.
I think they lost Myers Leonard. They didn't really they drafted Precious, but Bam doesn't really have a backup, honestly, like a capable backup, truthfully. See, Miami at 5. I got the Hawks at 6. Like I said, Washington at 7 because those 2 teams could flip flop. And I had Orlando at 8. I don't have Toronto in the playoffs this year. I got them right. I got them. They're gonna play in the play-in game because it's just I know Pascal he was an all-star this year. He was all NBA, basically 25 and 10.
Yeah.
But you need strong scoring guards to continuously succeed in the NBA. And they don't I like Van Vliet. Shout out to him getting his money. He's been way better than I thought he was gonna be, honestly, especially the last 2 years. But I know Kyle Lowry's been the assist man the last 2 years. I know he's been got him up to 8 or 9 over the past 2 seasons, but he needs that wing player with him. He needs a DeMar DeRozan and a Kawhi Leonard. Maybe OG steps up and can provide some of that.
Million said he's stepping up.
Terrence Davis was all rookie this year, maybe one of those 2 players step up and provide some of that offense. I just think everybody got better once again outside of Toronto, and losing Mark and Serge doesn't help either. So
at all, that's why I was that's probably 8 because Orlando, I feel like they're ascending. We got to see them in the preseason a little bit. They still pretty much brought all their guys back. And then Anthony Cole, like I said, I'm a Tar Heels fan. I was big on him. Injuries and everything derailed him, I feel like, in college. But we put it together a pretty nice preseason. And Markelle Fultz is healthy. He looks like he's able to finally stroke it a little bit as well. So I think the sky's the limit for that squad. They should probably still be somewhere in the conversation, like you said, play-in game or AFC at that. So I kind of agree. I think ours all were similar. Like I said, I think after tonight, though, I got to move Brooklyn up 1. That's just ridiculous. And then I had to take a look at and just remember everybody else that they have as well. They got Shamit, they got Prince, they got Karis LeVert, Dinwiddie, they got Jared Allen, they still got Jordan. They got Jesus Christ. They literally got Jeff Green, forgot they had brought him in. Like literally his pieces everywhere. Even down to Joe Harris. I forgot they got him back as well. It's like literally they don't have it's like I feel like they're too deep in every single position, probably 3 deep in certain categories. Right. Obviously Katie and Kyrie make up for probably a few of those other categories, so it's like ridiculous. They're 1, Milwaukee's probably 2. I think I got Boston 3. I think I have it's between like I said, Miami and Philadelphia could flip-flop 4 and 5. Us at 6. I think I had previously, before they made the move to take Russell, I had Toronto 7th and the Wizards 8, but now it's 2, and then Orlando. Like I said, I got to see them now in preseason how they kind of gel. So that top half or the bottom half is looking kind of
it's gonna be real tight.
Yeah, it's gonna be real tight this year, especially in the East. Obviously we already know what's going on in the West, but in the East it's gonna be super tight. So I guess I would have to go 6 Hawks, 7 Wizards, and then 8th. I probably would go Orlando as well, just because I really like that team and what they put together. So I guess real quick we can segue a little bit and talk about just our team before we have our first game tomorrow. It's kind of why I want to hop on today as well. But just your thoughts on the preseason. Who's been showing really good flashes of improvement, or things that we still need to improve on as well as a team?
I know what I definitely like is the offense. A lot of ball movement, so many shooters on it. Like at any point, it could be Trey, Bogdan, Gallinari, and like Kevin out there. That's a lot of shooting. So a lot of good shooting. And I like the of Trey. I saw a little bit, probably see it more when Rondo plays, with him playing off the ball. He shot like high 40% on catch and shoot threes last year. So just imagine being able to just spot up and shoot instead of having to work to get open. The only thing that scares me with the Hawks, which is why I don't have them finishing top 3, is they just got to get better defensively. Honestly, their defense isn't going to be great this year. But I think they're going to be able to out offense a lot of teams, a lot of nights. And even when you keep it close, Trey has proven that he's not scared to take or make that last shot. So,
big time,
time game. I never go to another one. I like Deandre Hunter, how he looks so far. He's the one player who I've been like,
he's looked good.
I don't know where he fits out on this team. And I know they want to play him at the 3, but I don't see him. I see him more as a stretch 4 or a small 4. But he's been providing offense so far. And I think he's one of them players that can help make that defense better. Like say him, Chris Dunn, Rondo, Cam. Like they have good perimeter defenders, and they also have a good rim protector in Clint Capella. I think John Collins is really going to be the key to that defense. I don't think Trey's ever going to be a defender.
I don't think there's no way. I
don't think he wants to defend. I don't think he really wants to defend. But if John Collins can prove that he's a versatile defender and a rim protector, I think they can make a difference in the whole season.
I think, like you said too, I think Deandre Hunter has been the not biggest surprise, because I feel like he was capable of doing it. He showed it, his last year in college before he got drafted. Where we drafted him overall for. I think it's just with him, it was just like honestly just putting his head down and just getting to the basket. Like he just being more aggressive offensively. Like somebody must have just told him, like, look, you get the ball, just be aggressive. Just like look to score, look for your shot. Because like now, see, there's no hesitation. Like last year, it'd be a few times he'd catch the ball, he'd have a nice little wide open shot, maybe in the corner or whatever, and he'd like hesitate and then either pass out or like try to drive, and then it just wouldn't be a good drive or it'd be a turnover or something like that. But now, shoot, catch. He sees somebody closing out hard, go around him, go to the basket, use his body. Like you said, he's been really impressive. I think he had averaged maybe like somewhere between 21 and 23 points in the preseason with these preseason games. So I've been really impressed with his improvement. And like First said as well, just the overall offense is going to be scary like to surround Trey with shooters, but then also have to worry about the pick and roll with Clint and John.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. So it's kind of just like pick your poison at that point. So I'm really been impressed with all, but just like you said, overall just defense. Their defense has lacked even in this preseason. Like I said, I guess brought in Nate McMillan to kind of help shore up that side of things with our team, and then also brought in some guys that can shoot but also defend well, and just veteran leadership as a whole. We ain't talked much about Chris Dunn, but I think we're gonna probably bring him up in a second. I know he's hurt right now, but overall, their defense, like I said, even in the preseason, I seen it. Like they be on for a few possessions, and then like Orlando or Memphis would just blast them, just go on a run. Like it literally was like they wasn't even trying. So hopefully we're able to improve that down the stretch some way somehow. And maybe getting Chris Dunn and Rajon and more like those guys more minutes at the guard spots. And then Gallinari and all those other guys, the 3 or 2 to 4s, can just continue to improve. So that's what I'm looking forward to mostly. But I guess, like I said, preseason wise, we got our first game tomorrow. We got to get Chicago, which has had our number all last year, and I think the year before that as well. I feel like every game we played them, we got blown out, whether it was home or away. So, what do you guys look forward to seeing in this matchup, and what do you guys think the Hawks need to do in order to pull out a win for their first game?
I expect to see a lot of points. It's probably going to end up being
both sides,
probably like 135, 125. Like I just don't see the Bulls playing defense either. But I'm looking forward to how this, like all the new pieces mesh with the old pieces. Like, where does Rondo fit in? Because I know he's not going to be an every night player, but he's definitely going to be in. I think we got 4 games. He's definitely going to play 2 of them, if not 3.
Yeah.
Does Cam get a little more comfortable in the offense? Because it's a chance he can get lost. And like you say, we're going to have a lot of shooters out there, a lot of playmakers. There's a chance he can get lost if he isn't producing early on.
Yeah.
And I guess just if they can find those couple possessions defensively to get enough stops to win the game. Like I say, the offense is going to be there. The shooting is going to be there. Pick and roll is going to be there. It's just when it's time to get a stop or we need a 15-point defensive quarter, can we get one or the other?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game also. I guess my main thing I'm looking for the Hawks is just seeing how they start the season, how they come out. If they try and make a statement. Like I said, Trey has mentioned his itch to get to the playoffs. They've kind of mentioned that they felt disrespected with not getting any TV games, not TV game on the Martin Luther King Day weekend. So, like I said, we're not
crazy.
Yeah, right. It really was. It don't make sense, but
we always play on MLK Day.
Right. I mean, it's Martin Luther King. We got MLK jerseys.
They got the jersey. The city edition jersey are literally MLK. Like, you're not gonna put us on TV for the game? That's so disrespectful.
Right. So I think they're gonna come out and try and make a statement. Like I said, it's against the Bulls. The Bulls is another team that's gonna fight for the playoffs. And as you grow as a team, you win those kind of games. Maybe you don't beat the Nets the first time, but you beat the Bulls and the Hornets, and you beat those teams as you work your way to getting confident against the top team. So I want to see them come out with just some focus. That's what I want to see from the start.
John, you got any anything you think?
I basically agree with him. They go out focused. I think if they've real confident game one, they are making shots. That's going to determine that first couple weeks of the season because we know what happens if they're not making shots. The defense really not going to be there. If they get off, hitting some jump shots early on, maybe they'll play defense those first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, I think it's probably just getting out to a strong start overall. First, it's a 72-game season this year, so I guess honestly, first 10, 15 games is crucial, I think, for this group because, like you said, what happens because it's gonna be nice that their shot's not gonna be falling as a whole as a team, but also it's like it's gonna be some nights where everybody's clicking on all cylinders. So it's like can they fight through those games where the offense isn't coming as easy for certain guys, and like you said, will that defense step up to replace that and able to pull out certain games, pull out certain wins. So I feel like I guess the veterans that they brought in, I think should help that. I guess that lack of mental
toughness
that they lacked last year. Yeah, exactly. So I think hopefully, like I say, with Gallinari, Bogdan, and Rondo, it should be a totally different team, especially like I said, those nights where offense isn't clicking, because we saw it last year. Offense wasn't clicking, we get blown out by 30. Offense clicking, we're in games and beating 76ers every time we face them, or other squads hanging in games with Lakers and other stuff like that. So it definitely will be interesting. Hopefully, like I said, they just come out focused this first game and able to put together just a good performance overall. But yeah, I guess like with the Bulls though, I don't know. I'm again another UNC guy, Kobe White. I know he had a strong showing last year. He's had a strong preseason this year. They're looking big things out of him. Zach Levine still there. Obviously, he's looking continue to make a name for us now for another premier 2-guard. And then I guess it's kind of a little bit off topic, but what y'all think about that Patrick Williams pick? But I guess they like him as an organization. They like him. I think he's starting. So
he's supposed to start. Yeah,
I think that's impressive that he's starting, because when they picked him, I was like, because I like his teammate like a lot better than him.
So Devin Vassell.
I thought he was gonna go before him. So when they picked him at 4, I was like, well, they gotta know something that we don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm always like a little worried about picking bench players that high in the draft, because you don't know for real, especially freshman bench players. It could be a Marvin Williams thing. It could be a
that's exactly what I thought about too. I was like, Marvin Williams.
This would seem like the Bulls that actually like need players to produce right now to be good.
Right.
So if he kind of comes out there and he's basically Otto Porter 2.0 for them, I think the Bulls are in a bad spot again this year.
Him starting is impressive though from the start, because I don't think the Bulls are necessarily trying to tank this year, because Billy Donovan, that's why he left OKC. He didn't want to tank.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's starting, he must look kind of impressive. I didn't watch a ton of Bulls
the small forwards of Denzel Valentine and Otto Porter.
I didn't watch a ton in preseason, so I'm in to see how he looked. But that pick was wild to me. I'm not gonna lie.
4,
I was like, whoa.
But I guess that's one of the picks you make when you trade up in the draft too, though. They did want to trade up to that 2 spot.
Exactly.
And to be fair, some teams were starting to talk. Like, his name was getting some buzz, but I don't think nobody actually expected somebody that high.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
To do it, exactly. At best, I think I was thinking like high teens, early 20s. I thought guys were. I'm not guys. I thought organizations were higher on Devin Vassell for sure. Just because his overall type of game, like he's kind of like he can give you a bucket, but defensively, he's strong. But yeah, I don't know. I guess honestly, I think they're in the same position as us. Like you said, they had a few they have a few young guys that they've been putting together last few years, and marketing. They got Otto still there. Forgot about him, honestly. They said he's kind of like a little bit forgotten guy, but like I said, Kobe White came on strong last year in his rookie campaign. Yeah, so I think honestly, like I said, they're in the same spot, like I said. But that Patrick Williams pick, like, if he pans out for them, I guess it's like exactly what they needed, and like I said, they maybe be able to make that next step. But like I said, with the East, that everybody got better. I don't know. That's why I forgot we neither all of 3 of us didn't have them in the playoffs. So like I said, they're kind of in the same spot, but who knows if they're able to make that jump, because they have when they have off nights, they have terribly off nights. It might be worse than our off nights, honestly. So like I said, hopefully they, like you say, I guess not hoping they get it together, but you say I think overall it's going to be a competitive game. I think Jordan's going to be high on both ends, because both teams got something to prove. Both teams are going to make that next step. So hopefully we're just able to come out on top with it all.
And I don't know what it is. The last couple of years when Atlanta, Chicago play, they do kind of. It's always a good game. Remember they had the quadruple overtime 2 seasons ago. I was at that game.
I
was so ready to go after the third when Trey Young kept hitting shots. This should be a really interesting game.
I was trying to think if I had went to that one too, but I think I went to another one because I remember two. I went to two games. I don't know if it had been last year. Yeah, either last year or the year before that. But both games I went to, they went into double overtime. I know one was Minnesota. I don't even remember who the other one was. But like I said, I remember it was like you just said, Trae Young just taking shots. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I guess a few other things. We just hit on a few other topics before. Like I said, I love to play top three with guys that are new on my podcast. And we'll get into that. Like I said, top three favorite Hawks players. Favorite Atlanta artists, all of that and stuff. But a few I guess things before still previewing the game a little bit. But then also like other little subject lines has been going across the NBA, but more so with our Hawks. What like I said, we kind of talked about one of them, like the us not getting the MLK Day game, but the amount of I guess national TV games that we got, I think one, and it's like an NBA TV game. What did you guys kind of think of that? Did you think with the offseason type moves they would kind of give them a little bit more respect and give them more games, or do you think they're still in that proving ground to where it's like, all right, if they succeed this year, get that fifth, sixth spot, next year we're maybe looking at maybe 5, 6 of them.
So I do feel kind of like they're still in the proven spot, trying to prove themselves. But I felt like the NBA was going to try to promote Trae a little more. So I was shocked that we didn't get the obvious MLK Day game, and then maybe you go in 2 other games. Maybe you play up the Trae Luka thing since that's going to follow their whole career. So I figured they would still be trying to prove themselves, but I was kind of shocked that we didn't get more games this year.
Especially with teams like, I understand like the Zion moving and all of that, but the Pelicans not stinking it up in the bubble, and then they made some good moves obviously this offseason. I like them adding Steven Adams, but like what they had like 9, they got either 9. It's like somewhere between 9 and 11 national TV games, and it's like they're on the same. We both didn't make the playoffs. We're both young teams. Like I said, we both got superstars on the roster. Trae having a year on him as well, so it's like, how do you explain that? So
like, I don't know. You would just figure Trae coming off, he was an all-star starter last year.
Right.
You figure like
starter in the second year.
He's going to get ready to get a signature shoe from Adidas. You would think he'd be one of the players that young kids gravitate to. He shoots the three. He's a smaller player. He's not. I don't think he has he's not just out there crossing over people, but Trae does tight handle for real.
Right.
So he's going to be an exciting player. So you would think maybe 4 games, honestly, just to get him out there. Like this is how you build stuff up. And Trae is one of them players you're gonna want built up, especially like say with Zion and being in New Orleans. New Orleans and Atlanta are always gonna be some type of rivals, regardless. You want that. Even with Charlotte having LaMelo Ball, he's definitely gonna be one of the players you want on TV. So having LaMelo versus Trae on TV would have been a big time thing. And like I say, but they are still kind of trying to prove that they are worthy of these TV games. But we should have got the MLK Day there. Like if nothing else, like
that's the biggest thing.
Like y'all didn't want
how you not put Atlanta on the MLK Day game? Like how that even makes sense?
It's Atlanta
every year it should be Atlanta Memphis, like especially with you got Trae versus Ja now, so it's there. Like it's stuff to sell these games on.
And both teams should be playoff competing teams. So it made sense this year. I think the NBA, they probably kind of desperate with the money this year. So they put the ones that they people
made sure to put the big made sure to put the big market teams on there and everything so it can balance out. Because like you said, I didn't even think about that aspect of the business side. Like they lost, I guess, a good bit of money because of COVID and everything put a hold to the season. So probably got to make it up some way somehow. But I feel like it's still possible to make it up, like you said. At least, putting he's a nationally, I guess he's a household name. He's starting to become a household name if he's not already one. Trae Young, and all the other guys, like them coming from the market that they came from, like they're not superstar names, but they're still pretty decent names, pretty big names that we brought in this year. So I understand, like I said, the proven ground, the proven stage, and everything, but there was still a few games they could have tagged on instead of giving us like that little little one NBA TV game. So
like I say, like we could have got 3 more games, make it 4. Like say the MLK game, and just 2 other games. Like say one more against New Orleans, one more against Charlotte, and then whoever else, just another random one. For real, we should have got the game.
Yeah, and then last question, one more question, because it's going kind of been swirling in my mind, and I think I heard rumblings of it last year, but Lloyd Pierce, I guess this year is supposed to be, like I said, we've been talking about it all show, but a big year for the Hawks. They're supposed to make the playoffs, make that next jump. If he isn't able to, I guess if they don't live up to expectations and he's not able to, for sure have them in the playoffs or like compete for a playoff spot, what do you think they do with him? Is this kind of like a year where he's kind of like on the hot seat, or is it he's okay? He still has maybe another year of growth with his team.
I think, and I really like Lloyd Pierce. I actually follow like a lot of his clinics that he does in the city. He try to bring a lot of coaches together and everything. I think he's good unless they're terrible. Even if they miss, but like make the play-in game, maybe you lose in the play-in tournament. I think he's okay. But if they're just like terrible, we're on the way to a number 1 pick, I think he'll be out of there.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of like going backwards, honestly. You're not even getting with what we got. So I think he's good overall, though. I think this is a good year that as long as we compete for the playoffs and hopefully make it, I think he's okay.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I don't think this is a hot seat year for him because while we do everybody expect the Hawks to be better, you still have to go out there and coach and make sure everybody's on the same page as far as chemistry, offense. So I think, like you said, they're not terrible, like 1, 2, 3 top pick. Like, we just barely miss the play-in game or we lose in the play-in game. It's like, all right, run it back and we're going to give you a year. So I think this is his year pass, barring them just being absolutely terrible.
Right.
I can feel that. So I'm big on Coach Pierce as well. Like you said, Fresh, I kind of follow him and, like that he tried to bring all the coaches in the Atlanta area together and stuff. And then I actually got the chance to, when he first got hired, like, meet him, take a picture and stuff with him because I was working at Swanee Sports Academy. Well, I still do. But, Dominic Wilkins had his basketball camp there and he invited me. It was cool to, talk and everything and see just like at that point, because we had gotten him or we had just brought him in, and, we had drafted Trey and everything. So it's like just, looking up. So I'm high on him and then everything he's been able to do for us so far. So hopefully he's able to, take it to the next step. And I have total confidence he is. And plus with that Nate McMillan addition, that him as a veteran coach and just like, an older guy that deeps the mindset, I think we should be all good. We should be straight. And like I said, right before we move in top 3, I literally just had another question pop in my head, but just offseason moves for next year, because this year the rumbling was that we got a lot of money to spend. How we kind of going to allocate it because it was a weak free agency class, and kind of see what we were able to do and what we were able to add, and a lot of people have been fans of it, but then obviously next year was supposed to be the big year that a bunch of people supposed to be hitting the free agency market, but we've seen guys lock up long-term deals and long-term extensions, so names have been dwindling off. The biggest one right now I can think of that hasn't dwindled off because he's declined, kind of securing his future is Kawhi Leonard. So I know I guess before I ask the question, we got the only 2 guys that we got longer than 2 years is Gallinari and Bogdan. Or Bogdan. So what do you think they do? Would you, I guess, be a fan of them trying to go after Kawhi Leonard, even though it's probably a long shot? Or do you think like, hey, we don't really need that. We kind of should continue to build how we're building, and then maybe look for some second tier guys, like kind of like we did this year, next year.
That's a tricky one because if Kawhi's available and he's like he's willing to come down here, how do you not want Kawhi Leonard on your team? But at the same time, I would like to see these young players really get to grow and develop into their role on the team and even just in the city with how they move around Atlanta, how they like living down here. I would like to see Cam, Trey, Deandre Hunter, Kevin Huerter just fully embrace Atlanta and just come here and grow here. Maybe one day probably bring home a championship.
Yeah, more than anything, I think it for me depends on how Deandre Hunter looked, because he's such a low key player that you kind of forget he's a top 5 pick, and he was a top 5 pick. So I expect him to go like some all-star potential. So if Trey's an all-star and then you're looking at John Collins and DeAndre as potential all-stars, I don't think you necessarily have to go after Kawhi. Like you said, Kawhi saying he's interested in that level, obviously you're gonna talk to him. But I think they have good players in the positions that they have, where they need to just continue to add really quality role players, and the young players need to grow, because Hunter is like really key. He is that fit. He's about 6'9". He's a wing forward player, and those are the best players in the league. LeBron, KD, Kawhi. I mean, so if you want to compete, you need one of those. So if he can become even slightly of that, like 21, if he's 21 a game this year, I probably don't want Kawhi, honestly. I growing DeAndre because he's younger. He comes the same similarity. So I think he's the key for me personally.
Yeah, I feel that. I can see that as well. Like I said, everybody's kind of, like I said, had their eyes on Hunter, and just to see if he grows and sparks into what everybody thinks he can become. Because like you said, I forget sometimes that he was a top 5 pick. Like everybody kind of like focusing more so on sometimes more so on Reddish and his name, because the offensive abilities he's supposed to be able to bring. But came from a Virginia program that was coming off of a title, and then also just title appearances, just being big names in the ACC. But like you said, I think this preseason shown exactly what he's doing. He just needs to continue to build on that. Like 23 from a second year guy, solid. Like especially with all these other names that we done added to the squad. So I can see that. Like I said, I would see them. If he would want to come here talking to him, but like you said, depending on the development of all these other guys, we might not even need them. So I like that. But again, appreciate you guys for coming on, talking Hawks, my very, very first episode in the Atlanta Hawks fly through. Of course, like I said, I love to end things off with a game. My favorite game is top 3. So of course I just ask you, top 3, whatever category it is, you just give your top 3. You can do it in order, or if you don't have an order, you can just give your 3 that you like the most. So it's kind of like, I'm gonna say it's kind of like the Atlanta edition. I got some sports questions, but we also got, just some things that's relative or relevant to Atlanta. So my very first top 3 question I got for both of you guys is your favorite, just to keep on brand, your favorite top 3 Hawks players of all time.
Okay, I'll go first. Dominique, definitely. Dominique. Joe Johnson. ISO Joe. I love the ISO Joe days here.
Yep.
And
go ahead.
Can I tell him my last pick? It's Sharif Abdul. Wheeler High School.
Yeah.
You can't see him, but he's back here on the poster back here.
In the yellow joint.
But shout out to Sharif. I love Sharif's game. Like, he's one of the original one and done. The Cal, like I said, Wheeler High School in Metro Atlanta. I actually used to play on Sundays at WD Muhammad, which they have the gym named after Sharif. Sharif was one of my. I wish we were better when Sharif was here, because he was a bucket.
He deserved better.
So Dominique, Joe Johnson, Sharif, Abdul Rahim.
Top 3. Sharif, definitely.
Sharif was his man.
And he was a lefty. I know it was one game. It was one game, but he got to go up there. Rasheed Wallace, because he had one. He had one. With Hawks history, like one night out there, you best Hawks. And number 3 will probably be a tie between J.R. Ryder and Dominique. How can you keep Dominique off the list? Like, just what he did and how relevant he made Atlanta when you had the Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks and Jordan and the Bad Boy Pistons. Like, he had Atlanta up there with those other teams.
Dominique was going toe to toe with Larry Bird, so he put some respect on our city.
Yep, toe to toe. Exactly. Yeah, you can't human highlight. Yeah, got the whole statue outside the Phillips, or not Phillips, my fault. State Farm Arena. So
State
Forgot
Farm.
about that. Switch over.
Yeah,
State Farm. But yeah, next top three. I guess favorite Hawks moments or Hawks games. Like if you been to any and remember a specific moment, or just watching on TV. But like I said, top three favorite Hawks moments.
I know for me, like I say, that Trae Young, Chicago Bulls quadruple overtime. Him and Zach Levine was going back and forth the whole game. Rasheed Wallace one game here. I got to throw that. Like 36 and 12 that night or something crazy. And my third one, this is a tough one. I'm trying to think. My third Hawks moment. Dang. I'm trying to really think of a good one. It will probably have to be I ain't gonna say it's not a Hawks moment, just an Atlanta sports moment, but whenever the All-Star game down here, I love it. Like I love having the All-Star game down. Yeah. We need another one down here soon.
The last one, Michael Jordan was that was his All-Star game.
Oh, that was.
Yeah, that was his last one. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember going to it too.
It's time for the All-Star game.
I think we coming up soon too. My moment, I know two moments are like personal experiences. The first one I had to go LeBron's first game in Atlanta because I remember like the crowd was sold out and I could just remember everyone heckling LeBron, like the chat at him were crazy. So that one. My second moment is the Hawks versus the Rockets. Steve Francis was my second favorite player. So like you said about y'all earlier, end of the game, people are leaving. You work your way down the stands. We always sat like near the side. I was able to get his armband after the game. So yeah, that was a good moment. Two personal moments, and another great Hawks moment. I would say Game 6. Was that Game 6 when we played at home versus Celtics?
Remember? That's what I say.
Yeah. Joe Johnson just the home game. We were the NBA champions at home. On the road, we got our ass. The home games though, I the whole playoff series, honestly, those home games, the fans packed out the stadium, the team played well, and I think it really was a stamp for success that the Hawks had, like going into the future. It started that playoff run. Yeah, where did we go? Like 12 straight years of making the playoff. So yeah, I'm gonna go that whole playoff series, even though we lost. I have to go that one.
Yeah, so it was one to remember. It was a good one because I think it was the same play. The Alfred, I think, crossed Paul Pierce and went by somebody. I think he either dunked it or he pulled up. I don't remember what he did. I just remember he crossed Paul Pierce, and it was like a pivotal moment in that game for us to pull it out at home. So that playoff series was definitely one to remember. And like I said, it definitely goes down in the top three. I think mine, I don't even know. Mine was weird. Like one of mine, I don't remember. I just remember going to the game. I don't remember who was playing. I don't remember nothing. I just remember it was my first time able to grab a T-shirt while they were shooting them off, and I seen it be shot in the air. Yeah. I didn't even just grab it though. I just remember and I like took off. Like I was, for some reason, I don't know why, I wasn't in my seat. I was in like the aisle way. And I took off running, and there was this guy that was about to pick it up. And I like slid, like baseball slid head first, snatched it out of his hand. And he like looked down at me and just like, he was like,
all right.
Like, you just had to get it. He probably didn't expect it. I ain't expect it either. I was like, slid in there and took it. I was like, oh yeah. I'm taking this back to my seat. I don't even know what that shirt is anymore. But yeah, that was probably my favorite moment. But other than that, other thing, like I said, probably the Jason Terry thing, like I said, with my friend, and then like I said, last one is probably I don't know, just a 60-win season. I really liked that team so much. I knew there was no way in hell we was gonna be able to knock off LeBron that year, but I was like, it was nice to see that we was getting recognition like nationally because we had 4 guys with All-Star game. Budenholzer was the coach of the year. 60 wins finally, just stuff like that. It was a nice little moment to remember. So
lineups with the player of the month. Remember that?
Yep. So yeah, it was a lot of weird and good things that was happening that year. But like I said, there was no way who was going to be able to knock off LeBron. Unfortunately, he got swept. Like, so we couldn't even get us one game under the belt.
One honorable mention moment. It was actually it's a bad moment, but it's a good moment. You got to go back to, I think it's like 87, 88. The Hawks was playing the Celtics in New Orleans, and Larry Bird dropped 60 on us. It's one of the best things I've ever watched in my life. Larry Bird was crazy.
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know if it's sometimes. Oh, my fault. Yeah.
No, that was it. I was just they played the Hawks and Larry just went.
Yeah. Like you said earlier, him and Dominique just always used to be going toe. I think maybe just the newer generation, but Larry Bird sometimes I think maybe it had been like a few months ago, like was getting disrespected. Like, I guess he just don't get the same respect, obviously, with this newer generation coming up, looking at these other guys play ball. I'm just like Larry was cold, like cold, especially in the time period he was in. So baddest white boy, like probably to touch a ball ever. So, but yeah, that's my Hawks version. I guess the top three. Like I said, I want to make it, cater it to Atlanta because we're all from Atlanta. So I guess my first top three outside of basketball, we top three favorite top three favorites.
Wait, say one time, it broke up in the end.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, I said top three favorite rap artists. Or it don't even gotta be rap artists. Top three favorite artists from Atlanta.
Top three favorite artists from Atlanta.
All right, I'll go one. I gotta go Future. He right here. Shout out to Future. Definitely go Future. Future, Outkast. I'm gonna put them into one.
Yeah, I got the sweatshirt on right now. It's not in the camera, but
third, Atlanta artist. I'm gonna go with. I don't know. I'm even surprised you with this one. It's The Dream. He was dropping hits when I was in high school.
He was dropping hits. I be forgetting. And The Dream is from here. But yeah, he entails what an artist is because producer as well. Producer, rapper, singer. Yeah, I'll be forgetting about The Dream. The Dream is cold.
Yeah, I had to say Dream.
That's a good one. Atlanta artists.
Yeah.
Like I say, Outkast is one. Like just them two together. I'm not separating them. I can't stand when Twitter does that.
Yeah.
You either pick Andre, you pick Big Boy. I'm picking both. I'm picking Outkast because that's how I met him. I'm gonna cheat. Yeah, Future's up there too. It took me failed to be a Future fan. I just didn't want to hear nothing he was putting out at first, but I'm a big Future fan now. Number three, I don't know. This is gonna be a weird one. Not necessarily because of the music, even though he was putting out hits as well, but just what he did for the whole city, because it felt like him at the top by himself. But I gotta go with Lil Jon. Like what Lil Jon did for music for like 5 to 10 years. I think he's starting to push Atlanta to the front, honestly, and it doesn't get talked about because he wasn't necessarily rapping. Yeah. But Lil Jon helped shape Atlanta music.
Yeah, that was definitely when I went. His name gets lost in the songs. Like many people that's from here or come from out of here, like no one, would even really be thinking about Lil Jon. He still like EDM type music, don't he?
I think so.
He does like kind of like just beat like raving type of music.
Yeah, that's perfect for him though. Like that's literally the best thing he could do after being Lil Jon for so long. Just do EDM and raves and dance clubs and stuff.
Yeah, he makes so much money doing DJing nowadays. Like, yeah, for sure.
I was about to say that, because them white folks be eating that up.
They love it.
Yeah, they do.
Yep. All right. Let me see. Top three. I'm gonna kind of break this one up a little bit because I was about to say top three favorite food spots, or top three, spots to eat at when you come to Atlanta. But I want to split it up because I want to do one with wings, and I want to do the other one just top three places to go eat at. So I guess top three, your favorite top three places, to eat or whatever, find food. It could be a hole in the wall, it could be a big name restaurant, whatever. Then we'll do wings edition.
All right, top three. Top 3 food to eat. I'm going Busy Bee Cafe. Clark, Atlanta. It's near the AUC. Shout out to Busy Bee. Dang, this is tough because we've got so many good restaurants over the last couple of years.
Right.
I'm gonna go a breakfast spot that I like that I think a lot of people know in Atlanta. Thumbs Up. I'm gonna put them up there for my top 3. That's a good breakfast. You never go wrong with Thumbs Up. And I'm gonna keep it, I guess, a little formal for the last one. I say STK.
You gonna keep it formal?
A little formal. You know, you want to grab a good STK.
Keep it formal.
It'd be good. That with STK. Our younger brother used to work at STK, and one night, like T.I., DJ Khaled, they just all went in there with a bunch of models, bought everything in the restaurant. Like, it was crazy.
That's the crazy thing. Yeah.
Top 3 wings. You got to go American Deli.
Yeah.
I personally really do like JR Crickets. Love JR Crickets, and it's a local place on the east side off of Flat Shoals Avenue called Fat Fish. If you ever near East Atlanta, go there.
Yeah.
Top 3 for me.
Yeah.
Fat Fish. PATFHISH. Fat.
See, top 3 places to get something to eat. I got JJ's Fish.
Oh,
like,
man. Yeah.
That
yep.
Dang,
right by one.
That's not from Atlanta that's watching this, but you gotta get that extra crack season and all that.
The crack season.
Yeah. I ain't been here in a minute, but I need to go back. Miss Ann's, gotta have a ghetto burger.
Yeah.
Ghetto. World famous ghetto burger.
World famous
ghetto burger. Yep.
All the way to the food channel. Yes.
3. I gotta go Big Daddy's. Like,
that's my spot. Also.
Yeah.
Good soul food, some good comfort food. You gotta go to
Big Daddy's. Yeah.
I didn't mention Big Daddy's. I go there all the time.
You said honorable mention.
Top 3 spots for wings: American Deli, Fat Fish, and it's just, I can't think of the name of it. I don't know if it's still open, but it's this place off of right down off of Bankhead. Right, so Blue Flame is right there, the liquor store is right there, and it's a wing spot right on the corner. That was the first time I had like Cajun wings and ranch.
Yep.
I'm mad I can't think of the name of that place right now. And you want some wings, you gotta go there.
Yeah, so you go down somewhere around the corner from Blue Flame.
Yeah. You're in Atlanta, you see a gas station and it's a wing spot near, go there.
Yeah.
Go there. Yeah. Go there.
Definitely.
Oh man. One of the first wing places I ate, I don't even know if it's there anymore either. I don't even know if it's really top tier, but it was just in my neighborhood where I used to live at. You know, it was close to, like in between Lithonia and I forgot what road it was on, but Susie's Wings. I don't know. It's probably like I think they only have like one location, and it literally was like like those. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like it's not connected to a building. It's just like them little thing. It's like I know what I'm talking about. You kind of like just walk up. They got a little yeah. It's one of them. I have no clue how to describe how that is, but it's just one of them spots.
You can never go like you say, if it's next to a gas station, go. If it's a small plaza, get wings from there. If it's in a little shack, the best wings you can have that whole one.
It had its own line. It was like behind the Ingles. So,
oh yeah.
Well, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Crazy, but yeah, they were small, but they was powerful. They were good. Tearing them up. But this one's gonna be a little bit different. But top 3 places not to go if you're visiting Atlanta.
Top 3 places not to go. Number 1, Lenox Mall. Do not go to Lenox Mall. Go to Lenox Mall. Don't go to West End Mall. You're gonna leave very disappointed.
Yeah.
It's nothing in there.
They go very disappointed. It's a few malls like that nowadays.
Yeah.
The 3rd place you don't want to go is anywhere in Clayton County.
Yeah. That's
to
piggyback off him, definitely don't go to Lenox Mall. Don't go to South DeKalb Mall because you gonna feel terrible after you leave there. Number 3. I know when they built it up, they was excited about it because it was supposed to be new and nice. But do not go on that Beltway after dark in Fort. Please don't. Please don't go on that.
Don't.
Please don't.
It's crazy. Weird stuff be happening down there.
Like, please don't go if you're not from here. Like, if you value your life, your things, don't go. I know that you got all them restaurants and them nice lofts and apartments, but your car might get broken into still.
You never know what's gonna happen. Like I said, it's crazy down that way. And like y'all been saying, number one has been coming in. Like, this is the first one y'all actually said like 1, 2, 3. Number 1, Lenox Mall, and it's been crazy the last few months, like or a year. I think it's been now. Like every weekend, you gotta hear about something shooting. Every weekend. So stay away from there. Like I said, they've been having stores closed and stuff anyway. But I try not to go around that way anyway. But yeah, top 3 places not to go to if you visit Atlanta. I feel that South DeKalb Mall one too. I think I've been there 2, 3 times tops, and all of it was when I was like somewhere between like 10 and 11 or 10 and 12, and I was like, I'm like, I ain't trying to come back here no more. So I can just imagine what it looked like now.
Yeah,
very sad.
Exactly. Then last one, I guess more so on a positive note, but I guess top 3 places were not to go to. Top 3 places, top 3 favorite places in Atlanta, or top 3 places to go to.
All right, top 3 places. So we actually have a lot of cool places here. For me, top 3. I love our aquarium. We have one of the best aquariums in the world, like easily in the world. Our aquarium is super dope, down by Centennial Park. It's shaped like a ship. You can't miss it. It's fire. I haven't been there, so I'm kind of cheating with my second answer. But the College Football Hall of Fame, which is also downtown. I hear the best stuff about it, and I actually plan on going pretty soon.
Yeah, we gotta hear that.
So definitely go there. That's an amazing place to go to that I haven't been to yet, but I've heard the best stuff about it. Like I've heard even like women that aren't into football like that, they go there and like, dang, it's impressive. And third place top to go to, you could pick your poison. Blue Fame or Magic City. You just got to do it. Gotta do it. One you like, I say you got to go to one of those places also.
I say you probably got to dabble in both to see which one really fits your
Go to Magic first and then end at Blue Fame.
Yep. Make your way down the street.
Top 3. Man, I just kind of had some stuff in my head. I totally forgot that bad. Dwarf House.
Yes.
And that not Dwarf House, any specialty Chick-fil-A. Don't go to a regular Chick-fil-A. Dwarf House, the other one, Truett's.
There's one more. I can't think of the other one.
But definitely you gotta go to Dwarf House. You gotta get Chick-fil-A. Number 2, man. I just had this in my head. Oh man, I forgot this fast. I know this is a little weird, so if you're not from here, you definitely gonna find it weird. You have to go down. You got to go down a little 5 Point just one weekend and just take it all. You got to go down there, get something to eat if you can. Just go down there and just watch it. Like, it's amazing.
Just watch it.
It's amazing on a nice Saturday. Like, you might buy a painting. Somebody gonna be out there playing. You're gonna enjoy yourself, honestly. Number 3. Atlantic Station. I was playing. No, Atlantic Station.
They got a new Nike
underground.
But no, number 3 for real though, not the underground necessarily, but if you can find somebody who's performing that you kind of interested in, you have to go to I can't think, the Masquerade.
Masquerade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta go to Masquerade. Like your favorite artist is probably performing there when COVID is over, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
they got to
go to the Masquerade. I love it there.
Yeah, I do. Masquerade is that's the spot. I think I went to not Future, my fault. Both concerts I went to though, it was stat because it was, this Atlanta guy just coming out of nowhere. But I went to Uzi concert and I think the first one I went to was Thug though. And they both were just bringing out everybody. I think Future was at both of them. Migos came out for one of them. Rich the Kid, some other folks. But yeah, both of them. Young Thug, I was like literally in it. It's crazy. I was so mad because Young Thug, I was like right there front row in his face. He's like rapping something. Not rap. I don't remember what song it was. It might have been halftime or something. We both like rapping and he was rapping it into my phone. And then I left out my dumb self. That's why I hate Snapchat. I don't got it anymore. But I was recording it on Snapchat. And then I guess I left out and I think my phone was about to die and it ended up dying before I got home. I got it on a charger. And I got home and it was just gone. But the crazy thing is, I think I went to Uzi's concert before that and the same thing had happened. Or I went to J. Cole's concert before that. The same thing had happened, but when I went home and charged it, it was there. So I was just like, all right, cool. I'm all right. When I get home, it's going to be there. I'm going to upload it. Gone. Dang. Everything gone. Just gone. And I learned my lesson. You use your regular phone camera and then you upload it later on. So that was my learning moment. So... But yeah, Masquerade, like I said, that's definitely top 3. Like everybody performed there. It's real nice. And it's a real nice scenery. It's like in the middle, pretty much everything. You got the Ferris wheel, even though they charge way too much to get on that thing. And then you got the Waffle House right there, streetcars, you got Centennial Park right there. It's all in the middle of Atlanta. So
you don't want to go. Don't go to the Waffle House in Georgia State.
Yeah.
Don't go to that Waffle House. Go to the one by the Ferris wheel. Don't go to the one by Georgia State if you get help.
Yeah, you're right. Facts. Definitely slide that one in there. I totally forgot about that. Oh yeah. Georgia State one, no. That's a no-go. One by the Ferris wheel. We good on that one. Yeah. I totally forgot about that. But I appreciate y'all for coming on, man. Don't hold y'all too much longer. I know we got one more basketball game I want to catch, but definitely appreciate having you guys on for this first ever episode. Probably definitely gonna do it again. Probably link up. We're in the same area. But before we do head off, I want y'all to plug yourselves in, let everybody know where they can find you guys' podcast and everything, and all the great things you guys are doing over at the Hoopers Pod.
Yeah, for sure. You can listen to the podcast anywhere that podcasts are available, Apple, Spotify. We stream through Anchor, so it's on anchor.com. Also, the Hoopers Pod catch us every Wednesday morning on the Off the Ball Network Facebook page. We do the Hoopers Morning Run. We'll be on there tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. Follow us on Twitter at the Hoopers Pod, on Instagram at @the_Hoopers Pod. And I'm on Twitter at Worldwide Fresh, WORLY Fresh.
I'm on Twitter at Jonathan_W. That's Jonathan_W spelled DUBYA.
And just look for that pod anywhere that you can listen to podcasts. Apple, Spotify, like you said, and everything is through Anchor. So shout out to Anchor for providing the platform for us, for sure. And shout out to the Off the Ball Network. We've been there working with all the great guys like you. So catch us tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. We're going to run down just the latest hoops news, pretty much.
Yes, sir. Yeah. And like I said, you guys definitely know their stuff. Definitely, early morning, get your hoops fix, Hoopers Pod. So definitely catch those guys out. You guys do the show live in the morning through StreamYard. So, yeah, check them out. And again, appreciate you guys for coming on. Everybody kind of already knows to find me. You see the links and everything right here. Twitter, What the Game to Me is WTGMTM Podcast. What the Game Means to Me on Instagram and Facebook. And again, thanks to those guys at Off the Ball Network. It's been cool, talking with those guys and having them on show as well. And it was able through them, we was able to find each other, even though we're we're in each other's backyard. But through them, we was able to connect and everything. But it's bright days that may be moving on. When this whole COVID thing is over, hopefully maybe we'll be able to link up and then do a video shoot, or even go down to, because I haven't really been to the college ball thing either. So maybe we make that something as well. So who knows? But again, like I said, appreciate you guys for sticking with me coming on for the first ever episode of Atlanta Hawks. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing it again. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and have a good night. Stay healthy. Wear your mask, and hopefully you guys enjoy this game that's on right now.